I have heard it said that in the absence of value, the only thing left for the buyer to consider is price. Again, with the absence of value, the only thing left for the buyer to consider is price. And I think that's huge because you add a lot of value to what you do. Now, I want to make sure people are seeing this. It's not just about sales like smoke and mirrors and tricking people. Sure. When you get an account, you not only take care of the doctor's needs for those prescriptions and those products, but you come by there and you bring by lunch. Yeah. You come by, and if they have a problem finding a guy to print business cards, you're Johnny on the spot. Yeah. If their computer won't work, you find a guy. If their server won't work, you find a guy. Yeah. It seems like no matter what the issue is, if they need a company-wrapped auto vehicle, you find a guy.
That's right.
You're like the guy who knows the guy.
If they're giving me an opportunity to provide a service, I want to be that guy that they can always go to and say, you know what, Mick always gives us a good opportunity to have someone to provide that value of what we need. I'm going to tell you a story about yesterday. I'm working, it's getting late in the day, I'm ready to go home, I'm thinking about how I'm going to finish, and I get a text message from an office manager, and they said, hey, do you carry this product? And I said, well, I'm not sure, let me call real quick, I'll call you right back. And I said, yeah, we can get that product for you. I said, what's the need? And they said, well, we have a patient that's come in with a 4-day-old baby that had a family pet, a dog, bit the baby that was 4 days old. Now, this wasn't a tragic story. This isn't a, bit it in a horrific way.
You took me to a dark place.
I took you to a dark place. Let me pull you out of that a little bit. So just a little nip or something. Probably.
I thought I was thinking full nippage. I'm sorry.
No. This was not something that was bad. But nonetheless, this was something where an infection could take place in a baby that was very young. And this mother did not have the money to pay for a $30 prescription. Now, I understand there are people in all walks of life right now that have different struggles and can't afford certain things. And they called me and said, hey, can your pharmacy do this? And I knew that if I called, we had done a lot for this company and the return on investment hasn't really been there yet. But I'm a visionary. I'm broadcasting out thinking it will be there when they get the patient load up where it needs to be. Yeah. So instead of calling the owners for my company and saying, hey, can we give this medication for free? Because they're going to ask me, well, are they sending us business? Are they doing stuff? This was an opportunity where I just said, you know what? Here's the money out of my pocket. I'm going to pay for the medication. I'm going to deliver it to the office, and I'm going to give them the option to offer it at whatever value they want to this young lady.
And there's a principle there that you're treating people the way you want to be treated.
If my child was the one that was sick, I hope enough people have a good spirit in them that they would give money out of their own pocket to help a child that already has odds against them at 4 days old.
So that's a goal of yours, though, is to always exceed the expectations of your...
Think of what it was. This is my customer. The business is not there yet. The return on investment has not been there yet for me. And I've done a lot for them. But I'm thinking about the future because although too many people look at the time is now, the business is now, I need it now. There is business out there that's now that I get. But if I can provide that value, this guy is willing to take money out of his pocket. Now, this wasn't what I did it for. This was not for business later. This is for, I want them to know me as a person.
You are a person of faith, though, and you do believe that if you sow seeds, they do reap a harvest. I agree. That's what you believe.
I agree.
Okay, so I think that I want to make sure we're getting this, though. I think a lot of people are afraid to do anything extra special for their doctor. Or their client or their person they're selling to because they feel like, I don't want them to feel like I'm manipulating. Sure. But I will say that if you treat people the way you want to be treated, they'll always respond. It's like the boomerang, you throw it to them and it comes back.
Is there a value to what you just explained?
Is there a value?
Yeah.
I would hope so, and if not, you can taser me.
There's a great value, but is there a price? So now we get back and we talk about value versus price. What I provided to this office has monumental value because I showed them who I was as a person, not as a rep, not as a company guy. I showed them as a person. There's no dollar amount you can put on me now in that office because I'm willing to show them who I am with compassion.